Now, back to more of Behind the Scenes at the Hanover Theater. And your host, Lisa Condit.
It is my pleasure to introduce you all to Barry and Jean Alman. Barry and Jean have been wonderful supporters of the Hanover Theater, and they have a really interesting story on how they got involved. And Barry, in particular, well supported by Jean, I might add, is so involved on so many different levels right now. Welcome, both of you.
Hey, how you doing?
Welcome.
We're
Glad
doing
to talk
great,
with you.
Jean. So, Barry, I know that you're part of the Storytelling Project group, and you've been working on your story about how you got involved with the Hanover Theater. I'm not asking you to repeat what you've done there. However, why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about you and your background and how you got involved with the theater?
Well, my background is in education. I was a high school history teacher at Hopkinton High School in Massachusetts. I taught for 35 years before retiring. I traveled 31 of those years from Barre, Massachusetts, 57 miles one way. But we did it, and it was a fun career. Basically, Jean and I have always enjoyed the theater. We did a couple series at UMass. We did one at Worcester once. We even traveled every 2 or 3 years into Boston to see a show. And we saw that the Hanover had opened up. We were not in on the opening, but since the second year, we've been avid members. And we literally support everything we possibly can at the theater.
And you want to know something? You are not kidding when you say you support everything you possibly can. And Barry and Jean are an excellent example of what we think of as our next-door neighbor. You know, a teacher at the high school, retired, his wife. You guys are really active in the community, obviously. The Lions Club, we'll get into that in a second. And, you know, a good example of consistent loyalty and support. And, of course, you're also Broadway subscribers. You became members. You kept upping your membership, and you also donate to our Access to the Arts Fund. And recently, you came forward and you said, you know what, before I'm asked, I want to make a donation to the Hanover Theater. Tell us a little bit about what you and Jean were talking about when you made that decision. And Jean, I want to hear from you, too.
He's saying everything. He's saying it the right way.
Go ahead, speak up, Jean.
No, that's okay.
The bottom line is we talked about it, and I think we have a pretty good feel for the whole coronavirus thing we're into, and I unfortunately believe it's going to be long-term. We're going to pay some prices a lot of us are not aware of, and I understand the concept of all these fringe things that go on. People don't realize that you've got bartenders, you've got security, you have vendors, local musicians, everyone that gets involved. And all of a sudden, if things aren't happening at the theater, things aren't happening for those people. And you just can't pay a payroll for all that much time. So, yes, we donated, we talked about it, and basically we totally trust the Hanover and its leadership, and they can do whatever they wish to do with it. And I know they put it to the Resiliency Fund, which I think is a great thing.
Well, thank you, Barry. It's really wonderful, and it's wonderful that you stepped up immediately with a note to our president and CEO and with what you could afford. Now, we understand that not everybody, especially right now, when a lot of people are losing their jobs, right? A lot of people are unemployed. Not everybody is able to support causes financially, right? But, you know, there are options if people want to be involved. And, you know, I want to take a break from this topic for just a second to bring up another great thing that you have done. And it's something that, you know, as we think forward and we think about, you know, the fall, really, when we think about the fall and what we want to do and for the holidays, your work with the Lions Club and Jean's work with the Lions Club, tell us a little bit about that, and last year how you partnered with us for A Christmas Carol.
Well, first of all, I happened to just touch base with you and just to see if Hanover would be interested in doing something. And I said, who would I go to? And you said you're talking to that person. And so you were the person I approached. And basically, we were talking about trying to do some sort of fundraiser for the Mass Lions Eye Research Fund, which in their constitution puts 100% of all donations towards eye research. And so what I tried to do is I was sitting there reading the brochure and how that the Hanover actually gives a discount for people. And I was saying, well, instead of a discount on the tickets, what about having people from the Lions Club promote a show and have the Hanover donate and make a check to the Lions Eye Research Fund? So we talked about that, and we ended up working a program out. And, of course, we did it with the great in-house production of A Christmas Carol.
And it was a really great experience working with you, Barry, and the other Lions members, and, of course, Jean. You know, it's a creative way that we can get involved and give back. You know what I mean? A lot of us are involved with other groups, and we know that we want to do some kind of fundraiser, and there are lots of different options out there. But, you know, getting together, having a little fun, doing something wholesome, going to see something like A Christmas Carol, and we do have a group discount that we extend. Instead of taking the group discount, turning that into proceeds back to the nonprofit is definitely a way that we can do that. You know, a lot of people have asked us how they can help us right now, and the fact is we know that we're coming back. And Troy, he's such a great leader. He has been working with our executive committee, our board of directors, everybody, just to make sure that we can make the best use of the resources that we have right now. And we're all really looking forward to, okay, so we still have all those same requirements that we can't announce our Broadway series until they finish playing in Boston, or we all know the story of those similar things. And, you know, we still need to roll out with our subscription series at some point. And the fact is that people are still not quite ready. We're all in our homes, aren't we, Barry?
Oh, we certainly are. You know, I want to also remind people out there.
We're looking forward to getting back out there. So Barry and I are both, I believe, sustaining Franklin Square Society members and about to become two of the first auto-renewing subscribers. Isn't that right?
Yes, it is. And before I go with that, I just wanted to throw out something that the leadership at the Hanover Theater, when Gene and I looked at joining 10, 11 years ago, I was really impressed with what we found there. The Hanover Theater is a special place, and the leadership of Troy, and, of course, with our new board, Steve Joseph, the leadership is great, and we will move forward. We will get out of this, and we'll be better for it in the end.
We will, but you know
and what was the
we
other
really
question
need?
you asked me?
Well, you know what we really need, though, is we need to know that people are going to want to come back to our theater. You know what I mean? We need people to go ahead and renew their subscription for next year, even though we can't announce all of the shows at once. And in fact, we're not announcing them until May anyway. But we still need to go back to our loyal subscribers and say, hey, I know it might be tough, but if you think that you're going to be doing this again and it's still going to be part of your routine, join our new loyal subscriber auto-renewing subscription program, because that's the
absolutely.
way that theater, we can count on you. And I'm really proud to be one of those auto-renewing subscribers. And I'm glad Barry and Jean are going to do it, because that means we know we're going to see each other at the theater again next year. So even though we missed out on Bandstand, we're going to miss out on American in Paris. And we know we're going to miss out on Miss Saigon. We have things to look forward to once this whole thing is over.
Well, whatever the schedule is, you can count on Jean and me to be sustained. We will continue, and we look forward to whatever. And I know, Lisa, you won't even give me any hints. I know the way you work. But we really look forward to it.
We do.
And, of course, we also love all the other shows that you do.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the great thing, is the variety, you know, from a concert to a classical ballet to a raunchy comedian, if that's what you're into a kids program, sometimes all within the span of days. It's really exciting to be part of an organization that is able to present such a wide and world-class quality of entertainment on the one hand, and on the other, also be able to provide such excellent instruction through our conservatory. So I'm glad for you and Jean that you continue to support us, and I want everybody to know that there are ways to get involved. You know, we reach out to all of our ticket buyers. We're going to be giving everybody options, and we are also announcing a new, if you go above and beyond for us and reinvest your ticket into a gift certificate for the next year, we'll give 110% of that value back to our customers. And we're doing that to show that we're in partnership and in relationship with each other. So our subscribers at Auto Renew are going to get 120% of their value back towards next season's subscription. Our regular ticket buyers are going to get 110% back. So that's a really great way that if you've already spent the money on your tickets and you're looking at what to do if a show has canceled or postponed and you know you're not going to be able to do it, please consider reinvesting that with the Hanover Theater. So, anything else you want to add, Barry or Jean?
I just want to say that I really like the building, and I love the people and the performances, and I've just had such a great time there, and I have enjoyed every minute.
I love seeing you there, Jean, and I love the fact that you're two friendly
I like to
faces.
see you, too.
You're two friendly faces, and it feels like we're in our own playground when we meet at the theater, which is really nice.
Right.
Yeah, let me throw a couple of other plugs in there. You know, these are tough times. You know, the government just passed a huge bill, $2 trillion plus, to get money back into people's hands. But I need people to understand that there are so many people that just think it's government's job to support the arts. And I'm a personal believer, and especially with my history background, understand that the arts cannot survive without public support. And it's up to us to step up to the plate and do that. And that's one of the things. And the other one is the Hanover does so much, and this is special to me, is the access to the arts program. What people don't realize is how much volunteerism within the theater and how much is done at high school and helping those kids and getting kids to go in and see matinee performances at reduced cost. I mean, those are marvelous programs. And by the way, the last thing I'm proud to tell you, though it didn't happen because of the current situation, I actually signed up for a course personally for theater lighting in the conservatory. And I look forward to doing that in the future.
You will. Next thing we know, you're going to be part of the staff backstage. Talk about full engagement, right, Jean?
Right.
Well, thank you both for everything that you do. And if anybody wants more information about, obviously, our resiliency fund or about the shows that we can announce now, our membership, anything, please check us out at the Hanover Theater, spelled with RE.org. Thank you so much, everybody. We'll see you very soon at the theater. Be well and be safe.